Okay, so memories. We all have them, right? Granted, some people are better at it than others. We all have memories. And according to the Human Memory website, memory is our ability to encode, store, retain, and subsequently recall information and past experiences in the human brain. Now, ever since we've been born, we've been making memories whether we know it or not. We retain the experiences and everything we've learned throughout life. Now, I want you guys to think about your favorite family memory. Okay, you got it? I want to show you one of my favorite memories. It's me and my husband at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And this memory is one of my favorites for a couple of reasons. One, ever since I heard there's a Harry Potter world, that was one of my lifelong dreams to go to. Two, it was something that me and my husband hadn't experienced before, so we could do it together. And three, we had to save up money for almost a year to go on to this trip, so it made it more worth it. And fourth, it was just a fun and entertaining time. Now I want you guys to think about the memory I just asked you about, and think about the characteristics that I'm about to list and if it corresponds with any of these. Okay, usually they're best made with loved ones. So I can pretty much guarantee the memory you had a loved one in it, or at least someone you liked. Two, it takes time. When we went to visit my brother in New York over Christmas, and there was one night we decided to go to this popular pizza place. And it was over an hour wait and we had to stand in line. And it was really cold, but instead of complaining about it, we decided we're just going to play a game. And it was that popular game Heads Up, and it was actually more fun playing the game outside than eating in the warm restaurant. And it was just something that we really enjoyed. Next, it contains different adventures. So it could be something as simple as going to an event that you normally wouldn't do. And then it also can be planned or unplanned. So you can plan to have Thanksgiving with your family, or it can be something spontaneous, like just deciding to go to the park for the day. Then it can be celebrated, just like your birthday. Everyone's going to celebrate your birthday, most likely. And it's something that can be a joyful experience. And according to Dennis Rainey, a memory isn't a memory if you don't talk about it, look at pictures of it, and laugh or cry about it. Now, what's the difference between making memories and making purchases? First off, you're not going to remember renting or buying a movie, but you're going to remember going to a play or an opera. And as you can see on this chart, that was a research article from the Atlantic. They say that happiness, excitement, and pleasantness are more achieved by experience than making materialistic purchases. And according to James Hamblin, essentially, when you can't live in a moment, they say it's best to live in an anticipation of an experience. And there was also a recent study by Eventbrite that said more than 3 in 4 millennials, 78%, would choose to spend money on a desirable experience or event rather than buying something desirable. And 72% say they'd like to increase spending on experiences rather than physical goods over the next year. And of course, there's going to be some controversy over this. We've become more of a me generation where we like to spend money on nice things, like this iPhone, for example. I didn't have to buy it, but I got it anyways because I wanted to. Or we just make up an excuse that we don't have enough time because we have school or work or some other obligation. But we can fix this. We can put aside money specifically for experiences. And it could be anything from taking a trip or going to go play putt-putt. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money. You can also play card games together or poker or whatever board game you want. And I remember a couple of years ago, a group of us would get together every once in a while and play poker. And we liked playing it a lot because everyone would get mad or frustrated, and it was just funny because one of our friends would just throw stuff around, but it was memorable. Then, if you put aside a specific day of the month or week, you'll be able to make memories. For example, my husband and I, we try to do something different each month. In January, we hosted a Super Bowl party. In February, we went bowling. And this month, we haven't decided yet, but it's only the first week, so I'm sure we'll do something. And a couple of years ago, I was trying to figure out how we can accomplish doing different things. So I was looking up different family traditions, and I came across this family memory jar. And as we kept filling up the jar with our memories, it made us want to do more and more activities. And this goes along with the endowed progress effect, which is when someone is trying to achieve a goal and they see that they're progressing, they'll want to achieve that goal even more and finish it. And an example of that is when me and my younger brother were younger, I remember that my mom had this chart on our door where we try to do chores or homework or something like that. And we had to get like 10 stickers. And as each sticker was added, it made us want to do more chores to get that reward. So if you guys like this idea of a memory jar, I'm going to explain to you how to make one. First off, you can get any kind of jar or container. It can be anything from a little bitty jar to a huge one. You can decorate it if you like, or you don't have to, it doesn't matter. I decided to do ours with just putting stickers on it, and I labeled each year on it. Then you want to place it somewhere where you can see it often, like your TV stand or in your kitchen, to help remind you to do more activities. Next, you usually you start listing everything you do. So what I do is I type it up because I have horrible handwriting. I'll write the month and the year, and then as the month goes by, I'll add each unique thing that happened. For example, we went to a pumpkin patch with my sister-in-law and her family. And I remember that because that was the first time that we all went together. And I remember our niece and nephew pulling a little wagon with their pumpkins, and then seeing the petting zoo and getting hot chocolate and watching them play around the bouncy house. And then next, you want to, well, what I do is I label the piece of paper on the outside with the number of the month, so before you open the paper, you know what month it is before you open it. And it could be any amount of memories. It could be 1 to 10, it doesn't matter. And then I decided to put it on different color paper just to make it more interesting. And then at the end of the year, on New Year's Eve, what we usually do is that we pour out all the memories and we take turns each month reading them off. So I just want to end with extending a challenge for you guys to try something different each month and write it down, and at the end of the year, see what different things and memories you made during the year. Thank you.
No, thank you.